Hey everybody, it's Joy with joyslife.com. Welcome to this episode of 52, where we spend time each week for 52 weeks doing something crafty. I hope you'll take time out to do something crafty for yourself this week. Well, it's almost Mother's Day, so I'm going to concentrate on making a Mother's Day card. I've already cut out all the pieces of this card using my Silhouette Cameo, and the file comes from svgcuts.com, Cards for Mom, and this is the Lacey card. Alright, so this is the front, and I already put some tape on the base piece. This is going to make an easel type card that's going to go together like that and stand up, which is really cool. But I'm going to move that aside. I used my ATG gun already and ran a little piece of tape across it. The reason I didn't show it was I didn't have the camera on. Anyway, these things happen. Okay, let's go ahead and layer the card. And all I'm using for the paper is this and that Echo Park paper. It's created by Lori Whitlock. I really like this paper. So much so that I bought just a load of it. Like, I bought 4 packages of it because I was going to make something, I was going to cover these letters that I have that were going to go up in my craft room. But then I realized I bought so many letters, they're these paper mache ones, that it was just going to be ridiculous. I was going to be attaching paper forever, so I've decided to paint them instead, which will be an episode of 52 at some point. Okay, so we've got that piece down, and then we're simply going to layer these other two. I love this wood grain looking paper from that, I was going to say from that, this and that, but it is called this and that, from that line of paper. And then I'll layer this, we'll stick it on top, and then I've got, I'll do that off camera so I don't bore you to death, but isn't that pretty? I love it. Okay, the other thing we're going to do is run the mom piece through the little Xyron. If you haven't used one of these Xyron X's, you might really like it. Let me show you how simple it is. I love these things because they make them in big, they make big Xyrons and they make these small ones. I really like this because it's perfect for tiny pieces. Like, you can use glue on them, but sometimes it's easier to just pull it through like that. See how simple that was? Then you just drop in the next letter. You don't have to pull it as much as I did. I pulled a lot. Okay, and then they're not really glued on there. I don't know why they're sticking, but they are. I guess they might still have a tiny bit of adhesive from the mat when I cut them out. Okay, then you just pull it off, and then you attach each piece. I love this stuff. Simple, simple, simple. The piece I just threw away is the sticky part, and it leaves all the stickiness on the back without leaving any on the top. Sometimes you'll get a little excess. I don't know, can you see that? Just rub it off after you stick your letters down. Okay. Ta-da! Well, what I'm excited to show you in a bit is we're going to work with a little bottle cap embellishment again this week. Now, last week we worked with bottle caps, and I used a melting pot to melt some Udi, and you can go see that. That's episode 2 on 52. But this week we're not going to use Udi or a melting pot. We're going to use epoxy stickers that are like bubbled up. They're little dome-shaped stickers, and then we're going to just put it in a smashed bottle cap, and I'm going to show you how to smash them. So fun. I love it. Alright, so mom turned out well, and you might see there's some little sticky still left on the outside. We'll just rub that off in a bit. Alright, off camera I will go ahead and get this part attached, and I'm going to use pop dots to pop up mom. You can use ribbon, and that was what they showed on the SVG site, but I typically don't work with ribbon. I don't know why. I don't use it very often. So I cut this piece from the this and that paper and figured that would be really cute like that. I'm not anti-ribbon, I just don't use a lot of it. So I have a lot of it, and I just find myself not using it. I also had this little leftover piece and thought it would be cute just cut and going across the bottom of our insert. This is where you're going to write your note on the inside of the card. Okay, I taped these two pieces together, and I've already used my ATG gun again, this thing right here, and glued up the back. So then we'll just stick it down. Alright, you want to be sure you get it right when you use the ATG gun because it's really hard to peel it back up again. That glue is super strong. Alright, I'm loving it. That's so cute. It's not perfect right here. I kind of stuck it down a little off earlier, which is why I say when you're using the ATG gun, be careful. Alright, now let's pop dot. I love to use these giant pop dots. These are just from Hobby Lobby. You can get them anywhere, but I love them. I like a pop dot that jumps out and screams at you, "Hi, I'm popped up!" Ta-da! Now, I should probably wait to stick this down. Yeah, I think I'll adhere this first. Okay, I think I meant to put this piece going in the other direction, but it's stuck down now, and you know what? It's going to be just fine like that. Do you ever do that? Put stuff down the wrong way and then it becomes, you know, art. I like to call it art when it's a mistake. You know, instead of mistake, it's just a artist choice then. All right, there we go. That is so cute. Now we still have to stick it to its back piece, but we're gonna finish the rest of it first. For example, I want to stamp on the inside piece that we're gonna put on that backing we still have to stick on, so we'll do that in a bit. But let's go ahead and work with the bottle cap because that's going to be super fun. I'm going to stick that right here in the center to finish off that part of the card. Well, I've got my Cuttlebug here, and that's what we're going to use to smash flat our bottle caps. Here are bottle caps I showed you last week that I used to make a bottle cap necklace. Now what we're going to do is take one of them, I've already got one out, and it's an uncirculated bottle cap, so it hasn't been on a bottle before or squished in any kind of way. This is what you need to use if you're going to squish these in a Cuttlebug. And why would we do that? Well, because sometimes you want to make them look like this, which is a really neat look. It's great for cards and other embellishments and things like that because they don't really stand up. Let me get my necklace and show you the difference. I'll show you the necklace I made last week. If you just use them straight out of the package, that's how they come. And that is the necklace I made last week, straight out of the package, using just the bottle cap, okay, without squishing it. But squished, it looks flat like that, which is great for going on a card because you can still kind of ship it in an envelope or something like that without it being such a huge embellishment like that. Okay, so let's get on with it and we'll go smash some things. So I'm just going to open up my Cuttlebug. I've got the A plate and the B plate, and you'll see that my B plate's already pretty scratched up from previous experiments and things. I'm going to put my bottle cap in. Actually, I'm going to turn it over. It doesn't really matter. I've tried it both ways and it'll work either way. Then you just crank it right through. Put that other B plate on top. Alright, it's cranked through, and there it is. You got your smashed cap. Isn't that super cool? I really like it. Alright, so simple, and my plates aren't too much worse for the wear, but they already have a lot of wear on them anyway, so this is a really fun thing to do. Alright, let's close it up and use the embellishment. This is so much fun to me. Okay, I just love bottle caps, but we've got our smashed one that we just did, and now I've got a 1-inch circle punch, and here's some paper I had. This is just from my stash, and what I did was take the punch and just punch out something that you like, okay? Because the 1-inch punch, see how easily that fits? The 1-inch punch is going to fit the inside of your bottle cap. Well, what I did was go ahead and punch this out. It's just a cute little picture that I thought fit the card well. The colors were the same and I like it. So I think it's going to work for my needs. Now we just need a little glue and we're going to stick that right on there. So I'm going to add some zip dry paper glue to the back of my sticker, or it's not a sticker, back of my little piece of paper. And then I'm just going to apply it to the center. And just hold it down for a second so it can adhere. Alright, I'm going to put my lid on. And then as soon as that is dry, or at least not slippery slick anymore, we're going to put these cool 1-inch epoxy dome stickers to the top of it. And that's going to be our completed embellishment. All right, I have to tell you, when I first did the zip dry, it didn't want to stay on very well. So I peeled this part off and let it sit for just a second away from the bottle cap and kind of dry on its own, and then stuck them back together. And now it works just great. So it might be better to try glue dots or something. I've got these craft glue dots, and that might be better when sticking paper to the metal, because zip dry really is made for paper things, but it is working really well. So I just didn't want you to think it worked immediately, because it didn't. All right, let's stick our dome sticker on. This is super cool. You just peel it off and stick it down over your little bottle cap picture. So you could use pictures, cut something out of paper, whatever. And now you've just got, let's see if I can pick it up. Now you've got your cool embellishment. Isn't that neat? I just think that's super awesome. I love that. Woohoo! All right, well, let's stick it to the card. I'm going to use these pop-ups by Glue Dots to make my embellishment stick to the card. You might have to put a couple of them on. They are pretty fat, but they're not quite the same as the pop dots that I put on earlier. But these stick so well, that's why I'm using those as opposed to just a regular old pop-up 3D foam dot. I like to use these. I used these on another card and it worked really well with my bottle cap. So I figure, hey, it should work again. Now that's quite the mound of pop dots, but I'm pop dot addicted, so let me stick on one more. Okay, this thing is not coming off. It better not anyway. Okay. Alright, so just use your place and stick it on. But I'm going to have to stick mine down pretty well because I do have that mound of dots. Alright, that's good. And it is, man, that thing is on there. Alright, sweet. Alright, well now let's stamp on the inside of the card. Oh, I've got to put that little piece on there too. Let me grab my scissors. Ta-da! And that extra little piece. Do you ever have one of those days where you just can't seem to pick anything up? Nothing wants to get into my hand. Okay, I'm just going to cut that off to the right length. And then I'm going to use, I've already got this inked up a little bit, my VersaFine ink. Love that stuff for stamping. And then I've got the holiday and everyday occasions. These are my Joy's Life stamps. I really like these because you can make just about any sentiment that you want by mixing and matching these two sets. So that's what I've done here. I've got Happy Mother's Day on there. So I got Happy from Everyday Occasions, and then there's Mother's Day. Oops, sorry, got a little off camera. And you can make tons of things because we've got graduation, anniversary, Thanksgiving, Father's Day, which is coming up. Can you believe it? Right after Mother's Day, we got to do that too. Anyway, so let's stamp that after I stick down my little piece here. Get in my ink there. There we go. Happy Mother's Day. Yay! Okay, now it's just time for us to attach everything and our card will be all done. So we did a bottle cap embellishment and we did a little stamping. The only thing I didn't do that would be a nice touch, I think, is to do some inking. So if you like to ink and all that, that would be really pretty to help bring out some of the different layers. I just didn't do that this time because I'm in a little bit of a hurry today. Okay, so there we go. Happy Mother's Day is on there. And I already had some glue on the back that I glued when I thought the camera was on, but it wasn't. Embarrassing. Okay, so now we're just going to line these two things up. That shouldn't be too hard. Okay, let's make sure that looks right. That does look right. Now we're just sticking it together, making sure it's done. And it's done. Yay! Okay, it's going to stand up. See that? It stands on its own. Love it! Love it! Alright, look at that. That turned out really cute. It's very unusual looking. It was simple to make. I mean, you don't have to do the bottle cap embellishments, but that was easy. You can use ribbon or whatever you want for the front, but this is just how I decided I would like to do it. And then, of course, vary your sentiments, whatever you might like on the inside, whatever you want to do. Now, all ready for Mother's Day. Whew, what a relief. One card down. Okay, one to go. I hope you enjoyed this episode of 52, and I hope you'll come back next week for a new one. Have a great week, everybody. Bye.